Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Bey, all rights reserved.
Yay, yay.
You already know I'm with my magnificent bros, and he is, of course.
Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here in Morocco at northwest of Maxim. How are you? Let's get it, guys.
Yeah.
AstroCivics Sunday 22.
AstroCivics Sunday, AstroCivics Sunday. So I know bro's about to share it out right now, and then we're gonna pull up a clock here in just a second. We're gonna look at the heavens, so to speak, right? And I'm also gonna go over this brief real quick out of the Old Farmer's Almanac 2023. So let me just show that real quick. All right, just go over this brief right here, March. All right, so it is the 19th of March, right? Gregorian calendar. Here we go. And then you got it set here to Moor, Maryland time. So we can see that the sun is in 29 degrees Pisces, 11 minutes. So it's about what 19 minutes from entering the sign Aries, which would be
49.
49. Oh, pardon me.
Yeah,
I'm thinking 30. I'm thinking 30. Yeah. 49.
No
Right. 49 minutes there, right?
Islam.
So that would actually be, see, spring begins vernal equinox on the evening of the 20th. That would be mañana at 5:24 p.m. Eastern daytime. So this is what they're recommending as far as the sky watch for March. On the first, Venus and Jupiter are breathtakingly close to each other. That already passed, right? Low in the west, 40 minutes after sunset, creating the year's finest conjunction. On the second, they're visibly separating during March. Jupiter sinks lower while Venus climbs a bit higher each evening. The crescent moon dangles below Venus on the 23rd. So that's about 4 days, right? And above it on the 24th. Also on the 24th, binocular users can look for green planet Uranus to the left of the moon. Since there are no green stars, the color should make it easily identifiable. On the 28th, look for the moon to hover just above fading Mars. They are part of the impressive gathering of stars and planets that surround Orion in the southwest at nightfall. All right, so I think we got a new moon also on the 21st day, around 1:23 p.m. Right, 1:23, right, on the 21st, right, which is also 3. And then yeah, so we are also going to, after we take a look at this clock here, get into definitions. I'm not sure what you titled this one, bro, but I know we're talking about the flags, vexillology as well, right?
Yeah, this is leaving the European here long enough to teach you government part 2. Continuing off of when we started with John Bouvier's concise encyclopedia and law dictionary, third roll revision. All right. So we didn't touch on flag in that version. However, you actually have an excellent presentation to really kick this off with, so that we can get into the flow of just sharing our mindset to sincere Moors, not the package sellers and package buyers that conveniently, tune into our channel only to find ways of trying to incorporate the wisdom that we bring forth in assisting Prophet Noble Drew Ali and uplifting fallen humanity. And they'll try to weave it into their unconscionable, seemingly private, but still public practices. Right. In package selling and package buying, or package discharging. Right. I yield to you though, bro. Islam,
bro. Don't forget that you guys could go on www.7healstar.com. That's
Is that me that went out? Did I go out? Where's my bro? I see you. I see your lips moving. Let me make sure. Go here too. Why can't I hear my bro? Bro, you there, bro? Is it me? Let me see if it's me. Okay, I'm still here. I'm seeing the screen and everything. I see your lips moving, but it's like you're muted or something, bro. I don't know why. Let me make sure. Can you hear? I just muted and unmuted. Interessante. Alrighty, guys. Brother R, like I said, he has something there to share. However, I need to make sure that we're all seeing us clearly and hearing us clearly, right? JL, peace and greetings to you. JL says Islam, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Maya B says peace and greetings. Indeed, Maya and Islam brothers, says Brother Derek Flash Bay. Guys, we're just waiting. I guess we're just, I guess Brother R is going to log out and log back in, which is pretty standard, as we're building this thing while we're flying it. However, guys, you kind of just look at this here, and I'm going to be, doing a couple things at once while I talk to you guys. Get these tags in here also, right? So, guys, as you can see, who is ruling the ascendant? It just went from Venus ruling the ascendant. Now Mars is ruling the ascendant. Where is Mars? There you go, bro. We hear you clearly now, man.
I don't even know where I cut out. I was like talking the whole time, and then I'm saying, oh, it looks like you're muted, bro. But it was
yeah, it was
me.
I'm just like, hold on, what happened? Like, but going back to really where after I had made my piece about people watching, and then trying to apply it to their package selling and discharging. And I think maybe about 2-3 words after that, you're like second or third word, you just went mute. But it's all good, man. You can just start over from there.
I was saying, make sure you guys go to www.7healstar.com. That's the number 7, HEALSTAR.com, and book your mirror sessions or any other services that are available on there that you may be interested in that will help you in knowing who you are so that you can be yourself, uplift fallen humanity. So and definitely go on there and get your posters. That's what I was going to mention. Get your posters, your free Astro Study poster, which is definitely going to enhance your studies regarding the AstroCivics. And then I started going into how Mars is in Gemini in the house. So we're definitely going to be doing a lot of communicating and sharing that which is actually your inheritance. That's why, it's called research and remembering, right? As a member pertaining to Northwest Mexum, as you begin to study, you're going to actually begin to remember things that you pretty much already knew. That's why it comes pretty easy. Like, this stuff is not really hard. It's not rocket science. The people that don't really figure it out is because they're not being sincere and they actually have alternative motives, that they're, hidden agendas that they have that is not allowing them to grow the way that they could be growing if they were sincerely. So
yeah, and some people prefer that when we assist them, right? Like, by the way, you guys can get your AstroCivics concept correction sessions with Brother Ara and I. All you got to do is just let us know sincerely, whether you reach out to us or at the Jurisprudence Gem via our lawful living accounts, Instagram, direct message is usually the best. You want to get contacted with us directly. However, first and foremost, we're all Moorish American. We do not kiss anyone's ass, whether you're Moorish American or not. And to say the least, we also are always forward and honest. And we do not cater to those that only seek to continue to chase the bag while lying, saying that they just want to get themselves out of the situation and learn and study, when actually we can see through you. So a lot of beings just want to, try to get to the bag. Oh, look, those brothers are taking donations to help somebody. Look, guys, we're doing what we're doing because we are serious. We are sincere. Sincerely. God, that felt so good. Just real quick, had to scratch my ear. We are sincerely and seriously Moorish American. So and we're not mean. We're just honest. So even those of you not too long ago, it's a couple of pale skins that just don't like, when I just tell the truth. Sometimes when people don't like the truth, they'll try to call it your beliefs or according to your group of people in your organization. There's no group of people. There's no organization. This is world history. And if it doesn't suit your belief system, cool, you can go practice your dogware elsewhere. It's not going to change the truth, though. All righty. So you're going to have to get over yourself and get used to there being some copper tone beings, some various olive shade beings who are expressing and actually are way more intelligent than you pale skins. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. You know what I mean? Not every pale skin is that way. There are less than a handful. I can still count on one hand and have fingers left over that are sincere. There's a few pale skins that are sincere, a few sons and daughters that are. There are other ones who, think their IQs are high or invite Moors to bite them and stuff like that. It's like, yep, not interested in any monkey business. All righty. Don't want no monkey pussy. Don't want to, care about your monkey perspectives. Just being honest with you. You can call it rude, mean, bigoted, hatred, whatever. When you go and check the record, you guys will clearly see that what I and my brother share is sincerely for you to make adjustments in truth, not in better Federal Reserve note getting practices. All right, I'm off my soapbox about that one. I'm going to share this out. I yield.
Yeah, we are definitely going to relate this information with love. But it's going to be very direct. As you see, Venus is 3 degrees, 47 minutes in Taurus in the 7th house. If you had anything to add, bro, I'm ready to share the slide for the PDF.
Indeed, I was just saying before you came back, I was saying Mars there is very interesting. Mars is in the 8th house. It has accidental dignity there in the 8th while still transiting Gemini. Guys, be careful, with sharp objects, knives, broken glass, paper too. That's paper cuts there also. However, with Mars being the self-inheriting communicator on the stage pertaining to inheritance, what we're doing is the brothers here are actively sharing with you all that which is really a joint energy of all of us on the planet while also going, behind the scenes, going into the information, because Scorpio is on the rise here. And what we're doing with this behind the scenes information, so to speak, is really just going into the all and all, right? No cars too. Going into the all and all pertaining to, some sincere perspective adjustments. And, if you are emotional pertaining to the perspective adjustments that we're sharing, then cool, you can take that up with yourself and make sure you look in the mirror and tell your ears to stop, taking things within them to make your entire body go through an emotional and grown temper tantrum. All righty. And with that, I yield the floor as I continue to share to our loved ones. Islam.
Yeah, do yourselves a favor, right? Yourself a service and receive this information, like I said, with love so that you can expand. Because I know I did see Jupiter there in the 6th house, actually.
Let's see.
Aries. Jupiter in Aries in the 6th house. So do yourself a service so that you can work on expansion.
Yeah, it's definitely the 6th house Jupiter's in. for sure.
16 to be exact, right? That's
I
two
know,
sevens.
right? It's interesting.
That's two sevens.
And it's interesting because Mars is ruling over that too. So Mars is ruling the 6th and the 1st house from the 8th. So yeah, Jupiter's going to expand its, let's see, 1, 2, 3, right? So Jupiter's going to expansively communicate some things behind the scenes from some brothers who are really sharing information about inheritance. Can't even make this shit up, bro. You just can't make it up. And it's good for your health. It's good for your everyday endeavors. While Jupiter's there in the 6th, man.
Mercury, Mercury, Aries as well.
Definitely rocking the 5th house energy.
So you really gonna feel like this communication is like specifically tailored for you, right? You might be like, wow, is he really just talking to me? Or actually talking in general, however, it's gonna seem that way with and in the 5th house, right? So it's really gonna guess like hit home, right? It's really gonna be highlighted for you.
You definitely value the home differently, hit that inner child a certain way.
As long I yield.
So, let me bring you back in too, bro. Let me move the spotlight and cue that correctly.
Background is 5.
Let's see. Yeah, I figured like I said, I got to finish it yesterday. Got to complete the green screen completely, my green screen project. And I'm still kind of thinking to myself, what is happening here? Okay, there you go.
Is that poster, guys? 7 Hill Star. Free download.
Sweet.
So you can study. Yep. Now we're gonna take a look at a couple references. We're gonna go over flag. So are you want to go back into the law dictionary and look at flag also after this, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into Bouvier's, man, but you got it, man. You go and knock out this amazing slide presentation that you have, bro. Indeed.
So we have here out of the Oxford Dictionary of English Etymology, right? Edited by C.T. Onions with the assistance of GWS Fried Onions. No, I'm just kidding. Fried Richardson. Fried Richardson and R.W. Birchfield, right? The world's most trusted reference books, they say. Their words, right?
Right.
Again, just showing reference here, the Oxford English Etymology. So we don't just only use online.com, we cross-reference. Make sure you're cross-referencing, guys. Again, published 1966, right? And then we got flag. It's like we got 4 different meanings here. So flag, right? 1, which is interesting because that makes me want to go back and look at the book because it doesn't even have like noun or nothing right there.
Interessante.
All right, so flag 1, flag, plant of the genus Iris, right? So obviously there's a type of plant. Formerly reed rush, right? Roman numeral 15 there, number 15. Related in some way to one, right? Do flag, occurring in Bible of 1637, Job 8:11, margin, where A.V. has the same word and two. Number 2, da. So do and da, right? Flag, yellow, iris. All right. Some type of plant there. Number 2, flag, flag again, right? If I'm pronouncing that correctly. Anglian, turf, sod. Roman numeral 15 there. Flat slab of stone. right? Roman numeral 17. Prob, probably of Scandinavian, I believe. Origin, confer, I sell.
Which is Icelandic.
Oh, right. Islam. Flag, spot where a turf has been cut out on. Right? Spot where a turf has been cut out.
Interesting. That makes me think of the boundaries or the exterior limits within the boundaries.
Is a fictitious? I see what you're saying. So, like, within the fictitious borders, there's turfs pulled out of that. Like, oh, this is for the national business of the government. This is for the residents.
Which is only a building, literally, not the whole bit of. And because this is how I think they're thinking too. It's like, well, it's not just the building, it's the streets too, because now they're acting like them paving over top of the earth is a part of the building called the state building or the county building or the city building. And it's like, no, because all the material derives from the earth. You didn't independently bibbity bobbity boo it out of nowhere. And like, there it is. Like, nah. You know what I mean?
That's what didn't happen.
At all. I yield, bro. Do your thing.
Flaga slab of stone. Something like that. Confer flaw, right? And confer flake. Dial and flop. Interesting. Got number 3, flag again, right? Piece of stuff attached to a staff. Oh, okay, piece of stuff attached to a staff and used as a standard or signal, right? A standard or a signal. Roman numeral 16 there. Per. You know what I should have did? Actually, I should have. And I'll make sure to do it next time whenever I present out of these books. Is I'll take a photograph of the abbreviations for the entire book and then make sure we have that. So we could always confer that, right? Origin, right? Or original, an application of, then we have that dagger there, right?
Correct, the literary dagger.
Flag, adjective. Now we see a part of speech there, adjective.
Yeah.
See next, right? Are you familiar with this symbol here? Because I'm not.
It almost looks like a Q or some type of crap. However, we'll just say for right now, I can't really recall.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna confer the book later on.
Yeah,
I'll definitely bring it up later. A doubtful, right? X of synonym.
Example of synonym.
Faggy. 15. Suggest comparison with the flag or the fag. Fedoris of a hawk's wing. Book of St. Albans, 1486. Adopted in several German languages.
It's funny because a fag or a faggot is actually a thin piece of wood.
Right, and I think they call that. I think that's what they call a cigarette as well. But I don't know if that's slang, or if that's connotative or denotative in their language or whatever. But I think there's a language that calls cigarettes that. Flag number 4, flag, right? Hang down. Right, I know it looks like fang down, but it's hang down.
Fang. No, it's
a flag. That's when you slam your thing down. Become limp or feeble. 16 Roman numeral, right? Related to flag, adjective, hanging loose, right? Number 16 of unknown origin. and then we're going to move on to standard, because remember we did see standard, and that's probably the most relative sense that we may think of flag when we talk about it. We talk about our standard, right? So standard, right? This is the same book, same Oxford Etymology Dictionary. It says first, A, military or naval ensign, right? 12. B, trying to think what that's abbreviating. Erect or upright object.
I think
So it's
I
generally.
think generally, yeah.
Yeah, generally. I had to read it to make that yes, sir. Stump of tree left standing. 13. In place names. C, exemplar of measure or weight. A standard, right? An exemplar of measure or weight. Level or degree of quality or achievement, right? What's the standard? What's your what level? What's your level? What's your degree? What's your standard, right? Then we got 15, right? Aphetic in AL standard
It's like ancient Latin. Standardum.
Got you.
Standardium. So that's
12.
what it looks like, yeah.
Right. Of AN. Standard, like standard. Standard.
Maybe that's ancient Norse, possibly,
right? And again, I'm gonna definitely look at that. You know, when you go into it, I'm gonna grab the book. But Old French, estendard, mar etendard.
Yeah, modernly. And shout out to beloved son of whom well please. Alexander is in the chat, and Islam. He says peace and love and let the truth flow. Indeed, Alexander. And Azatlin says Islam also. So Islam to you all. All right, go ahead, bro. I yield.
From extended, extend, C, ard. The group of meanings under B is of mixed origin, but in the majority, associated with, associated with stand is clear, hence standardize. All right, and then this is the second book reference that we're getting into here, right? We started with the Dictionary of English Etymology, right? The Oxford. Now we're going to get into this unabridged. This is probably like one of my favorite physical books that I got because it's so huge and it has a lot of pictures and it goes into a lot of detail. So this definition of flag is going to be a little longer, right? All right, so here it clearly lets you know off tops that flag is a noun. All right, Middle English flagge, right, or flag of uncertain origin. Confer Danish flag. Number 1, any of various monocotyledonous plants having long ensiform leaves, especially the common yellow flowered iris, right? That's the same thing we read in the Oxford, right? Iris pseudochorus of Europe, also either of 2 blue flowered irises. All right, 1 versicolor or versicolor, and I again, right? Prismatica.
Yeah, the I is standing for iris.
Iris. Oh, so got the iris versicolor and the iris prismatica of the U.S. B, any of several similar plants, as the sweet flag, the corn flag, etc. C, the cattail, typha, latifolia. Number 2, the leaf or blade of such a plant or of a cereal. Flag, verb transitive, flagged, flagged, flagging, flagging. See flag, plant 2. Number 1, to fill the seams of a barrel with flags. Okay. 2, to remove the blade or flag from grain. Flag is a noun. I think that's Old Norse.
Let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Old Norse.
But like you said, you're gonna go and check the abbreviations in the books that you have there to
Indeed.
just make sure. Even people like right now, like how some people may go, they don't even know what they actually we do. We just need to be reminded. We actually
I just actually didn't think at the time to put the abbreviations in the presentation because I actually already have those printed out. You know how we do when we study anyways. But
it's long.
The fact that we know that, most people don't even know that. See please. Confer first flow. 1, a sod or turf. Right? That's kind of like what we read on that second one and Oxford. Also a slice cut in plowing. Dial. 2, any hard, evenly stratified stone, especially fine-grained sandstone or firm shale, which splits into flat pieces suitable for paving. Flagstone. B, a piece of such stone, a flagstone. C, a surface of such stone. 3, glass. MFG, or that
manufactured. Yeah. Glass manufacture or manufacturing. Right.
A partition between great rooms. Flag, verb transitive, to lay with flags or flat stones. Flag, noun, perhaps from, that's what PERH was earlier, perhaps. It's coming back to me, right? From flag to droop. Flutter. 1, a light, flexible cloth, usually oblong, and bearing a device or devices to indicate nationality, party, etc., or to give or ask information, commonly attached to a staff or halyard. A standard. Look at that. Looks like they're about to say banner as the last word before you see the picture, right? The last word next to the picture. Even though they say ban. The United States flag, right? Ban.
Correct.
Hold on, let me see what it does. What it says. It does, bro.
Wow. Banner inside. So it's still making flag and standard be kind of the same thing, but standard is more so-called quote unquote military. However, it's interesting because everyone has a right to defend themselves commensurately against, any unwarranted searches or seizures.
Right.
And no matter whatever form they come in. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like how I make sure I always have on the American flag. You know what I mean? Like here's the American flag right there. You know what I mean? Like boom, right there. There's the American flag, right? Make sure it can be seen. Right? There's the American flag, right? So with that, that's what it is. That's why they don't say, even in this book, it doesn't say the American flag. It says the United States flag.
That would be a very uneducated thing to say because they know that there's dozens of American countries, American flags.
Correct. And then it's like when I'm talking America, I'm talking about Al Morocco. There are a lot of people out there like, oh, it's this not Morocco. And it's like, that's why I have the Secretary of Expatriation paper ready also for my portion of the presentation to just show how this all just kind of really ties in together. You know what I mean? Like seriously. But Anyway, bro, go and do your thing. That's because you know me. I look at this stars and bars, the Star Spangled Banner, which is what it is. That's pertaining to amity and commerce.
They literally put the banner in between the word banner. It goes ban, the flag. Then this, what I'm going to now, the next thing is the same page, but this is the left column. We're going to this next column all the way in the top. So they literally put ban, you see the banner, and then ner. Come on. Even if they're saying flag right here. Anyways. Ensign as the national flag. Right? The end of a flag, usually attached to the staff or halyard, is called the hoist. The length from the support to the free end is called the fly. C, 2D, fly. 4C, Betsy Ross flag, Cambridge flag. 2A, plural, the long feathers on the lower part of the legs of certain hawks, owls, etc. B, plural, the secondaries of a bird's wing. C, the tail of certain dogs, as setters and hounds, also the tail of a deer. 3, the point end of a bristle used for brushes. 4, a thin, flat, oblong piece, usually metal, projecting from a rod as the plate on the manually operated arm of a taximeter. 5, golf. In golf, right? A piece of cloth on a pole used to mark the hole. 6, music equals hook. 14. 7, knot. What is knot? 8, the flag of a flag officer hoisted on a vessel.
Nautical.
Right.
N-A-U-T is nautical.
Upon which he is to denote his presence and command. So a flag of a flag officer hoisted on a vessel upon which he is to denote his presence and command. The vessel upon which it is hoisted is the flagship. B, a flagship, also rarely a flag officer. 8, print, in printing, right? In print. A piece of cardboard or a turned rule inserted between lines of type to call attention to an omission or correction, called watchman in England. Synonym, colors, pennant, streamer, flag, banner, standard, ensign are here compared in their literary connotations. For technical distinctions, see defs, right? Maybe definitions. Flag is the general term. Banner is chiefly poetical or elevated. Banners. Standard is frequently associated with a cause or principle, and often suggests a rallying point. Ensign has commonly military or naval associations and frequently suggests a distinctive sign or emblem, as, quote, the meteor flag of England, end quote. Campbell, quote, the Star Spangled Banner, end quote. Key, quote, his banner over me was love, end quote. Camp 2-4, quote, with the standards of the peoples plunging through the thunderstorm till the war drum throbbed no longer and the battle flags were furled. Tennyson, quote, beauty's ensign yet is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag is not advanced there, end quote. Shack. Right. Combinations and phrases chiefly in sense. One are what? Flag bearer, flagless. Oh, snap. That's the stateless peoples right there. flag post, flag bedizine or bedizin, right? Flag bedizin, flag light, flag signal, flag halyard, flag maker, flag staff, flag hoister, flag maker, flag stick. Then we have flag, right? Verb from flag ensign, transitive, 1, to put a flag or flags on, as for decoration, as to flag a house. 2, to signal to with or as with a flag, as to flag a train. 3, to convey as a message by means of flag signals, as to flag an order to troops or vessels at a distance. To decoy game by waving a flag, handkerchief, or the like, to arouse the animal's curiosity. That's like playing with the bull. Intransitive, to wave or hang as a flag. Bret Hart, flag, verb, perhaps ultimate, ultimate, ultra something, akin to Luthean, plakti, to beat.
Oh yeah, Lithuanian.
Plakti,
Perhaps
to beat.
ultimately akin to Lithuanian. Yep.
Right. See flaw of wind. Confer flag and sign. Intransitive, 1, to hang loose without stiffness, to bend down as flexible bodies, to be loose, yielding, limp, to droop as plants. 2, to move weakly as wings. Man, I'm trying to remember what OBS was. OBS is. I'm not remembering it right now. 3, to become unsteady. Obsolete. Right. Obsolete. Like that's what they say when that's not in usage anymore.
Correct.
Right. All right. To become unsteady in one's flight or course. To lag. Right. Some of these Moors are out here flagging. Hence, to grow spiritless. Jesus Christ.
Wowzers.
Don't be out here flagging, yo, unless you just, you know what I mean, representing the standard. That's different, but don't be out here flagging like this. Don't be out here lagging and flagging.
Basically.
To languish.
Limp in the wind.
Right.
Don't be limp in the wind.
Yeah, to languish as the spirit's flag, right? Don't grow spiritless, guys. To decline in power, to interest, grow dull. The pleasures of the town begin to flag. Swift. Transitive, 1, to let droop. To suffer a fall, or to suffer to fall. Look at that. To suffer to fall or let fall into feebleness, as to flag the wings.
Wow.
2, to enervate, to exhaust the vigor or elasticity of. Right? Nothing so flags the spirits. Char.
Wow. That's amazing. Like that's like to run something so tired that it's like limp in the wind now. Like just
it suffers to fall.
Basically.
Fell to feebleness.
Correct.
Synonym, sagged. Oh yeah. So they flagging they backsides when they sagging.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Stop sagging your pants. Decline. Fail. Yeah, that's not no bueno. Pine. Ant, revive, renew. All right. The antonym is to revive and renew. All right. Flag as an adjective. See flag, to hang loose, hanging, obsolete. Flag, noun, confer, Old Norse, flagged. A woman, contemptuous, goddess.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. Flag noun for MLG. Middle Latin,
Uh,
or I don't know what that is. MLG.
I
Look at
want to
that.
say Gothic.
Legger,
Yeah.
an old Frisian coin. A groat, fourpence, slang, English. Flag noun, see first flaw. A flake, especially.
Pardon me. I was trying to think. Might be some type of German too, like the G for German. But go ahead.
A flake, especially of snow. Scott and N of Eng.
North of
Flaggery,
English, Scotland or Scotland and North
Norse.
of England. I would
Oh
say
yeah.
it's even, yeah. Again, you're gonna check to see if we are remembering our
Yeah, to be
abbreviations.
honest too, I think I have it in my phone, but it's just that I might have took it such a long time ago that I would have to go through all those photos.
Yeah, no worries.
However, I'll find it. Yeah, and then that's it right there. A flake, especially of snow, right? Scott
Correct.
and of English. And then what else we had here? All right, we had standard, right?
Uh-huh.
Standard noun, Old French, estandard, from estandard, probably of tout, origin in some senses, from I guess English, stand, influenced in form by the word from French, meaning banner. See stand. Verb. Number one, something elevated as a signal or beacon, obsolete. Two, a figure adopted as an emblem by an organized body of people, as the eagle was the standard of the Roman legion.
Get that.
Specific, right? Her, a long, narrow, tapering flag of considerable size and richness used by a noble or leader on special occasions and bearing badges, mottos, and the like, distinct from a banner or distinguished from a banner.
Uh-huh.
The personal flag of the ruler of a state used especially to mark his position on ceremonial occasions, loosely a banner. See royal standard. See the flag flown by cavalry. See color N8. 3, a standard bearer, rarely used, right? 4, that which is set up and established by authority as a rule for the measure, standard, the measure of quantity, weight, extent, value, or quality, especially the original specimen weight or measure sanctioned by government as standard pound, gallon, yard, meter, or the like. 5, that which is established by authority, custom, or general consent as a model of example, criterion, test, in general, a definite level, degree, material, character, quality, or the like, viewed as that which is proper and adequate for a given purpose. The court, which used to be the standard of propriety and correctness of speech. Swift. 6, standard English. 7, in business, a carefully thought out method of performing a task with carefully drawn specifications covering material or equipment. Still reading standard here, right? 8, a structure built for or serving as a base or support for something, as the standard for a service base for a set of flags for electric wires, etc. 9,
Uh-huh.
chiefly technical, an upright support as any of the vertical poles of a scaffold, either of the end supports of a lathe, sewing machine, etc. A stand for a lamp, the sheath of a plow, or the like. any upright in framing, a quarter or stud. That would be the same as framing, right? A stud, 2x4. Hence,
Gotcha.
in general, a bearer or bearing as either of the pedestals carrying a dynamo armature. 10. A standard deal. C fourth deal. B equals standard 100, which C measure table 11. A large drinking cup or goblet. Confer standing cup. 12. In the common British and some colonial schools that you guys went to, a grade or class as the first standard, the next above the infants classes, and lowest of the graded classes. The next above the infants classes and the lowest of the grade classes.
Wow.
An old resident. Look at that.
An old resident. Somebody struck in the head.
Yeah, an old resident, an official or servant who has been long established. Now dial. Now, I think dial is dialogue or something, right? English, right? 14, obviously a coffer, a large chest. B, a complete assortment, suit, set. Confer stand, noun, 9. C, a principal dish at table. 15, is that botany or something like that?
Botany?
Botany, something.
Hold on. A vexillum. Hold on. What is BOT? I thought it would be botany, though.
I think it's like something dealing with plants. Botany or something like that.
Yeah, botany. BOTANY, botany. However, yeah, it will be good to see what that is. Unless it's bottomry.
Could be.
Yeah. But we'll go with botany for now and see how that ties into vexillum, which really, you guys are it's, remember when Prophet Noble Drali said, I'm here to remove the covers from all secret societies?
Indeed.
It's very, very closely tied to that.
Speaking of this dictionary right here has a lot on secret societies and orders. Really
Interesting.
does. Yeah, so I think I'll definitely have some, like, another slide for next Sunday.
That's wow.
And then yeah, it's gonna be pretty dope. All right.
Oh, happy solar return to Brother Dirk Blash Bay. Also, I'm sitting here, like, I'm sharing out on Facebook, but I'm also shouting people out for their solar returns also. So I'm putting that out there too. So yeah, but I yield, bro. It's long.
It's long. I was just kind of briefly looking at, and I think I found it. Found it. Abbreviations. It's in my phone, like I said. All right. So which one we're looking for right now? BOT, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And that's a capital B, lowercase OT, right?
Correct. Period.
So that would be BOT. There it is. Botany, botanical.
Okay, cool.
Botany
and we were correct.
All right, and then just to be clear, DEF means definitions. We see that right there. We already know CF is confer. Oh yeah, this is great to just have in my hand while I'm going through this. All right, let's get it. So the finesse, the fineness, pardon me, the fineness of the metal used in coins and the legally fixed weight each coin should have when first minted. B, the standard of value for a monetary system, being in modern systems gold, being in modern systems gold, being in modern system gold. The gold standard or silver, the silver standard. C, standard of value. ECC, I'm pretty sure that's Ecclesi. something. ECC.
Yeah, ecclesiastical.
Yeah, ecclesiastical. Exactly. A tall candlestick, especially one of a pair or more, set on a sanctuary or chancel floor.
Yeah, like a candelabra or a menorah.
18. Elect.
I want to say this is dealing with like electricity, possibly.
Yeah, it says electric, comma, electrical, comma, electricity. So, all right. A guide upright iron pole on the top of a roof with brackets, insulators, etc., or a braced cluster or stack of such poles for carrying overhead wires.
Wowzers.
19. Figure weaving. Of a heddle shaft into which a half heddle has been looped by passing the twine over the throw or over and through the eyes of the shaft. Forestry. U.S. Right, unum sanctum, a tree permitted to remain after coppice felling. B, any tree from 1 to 2 feet in diameter, breast high. C, an assumed basis for computing a standard rule for measuring logs. 21, HORT.
Horticulture.
It is horticulture, correct.
Islam.
Horticulture, a tree, shrub, or herb grown with an erect tree-like stem and not dwarfed by grafting on the stock of a smaller species or trained upon a wall or trellis, specifically a fruit tree grown in natural form and size. You need to get some standards in your backyard ASAP. Confer definitions 15, right? Right. Wow, it's even referencing its own definition.
Correct.
15 was botany. All right. B, one of the 3 inner, usually erect and incurved petals of certain irises. Yep. C, 2D, fall, 17. 22, shipbuilding. An inverted knee timber placed upon the deck instead of beneath it. 23, theology, right?
Yeah, that's how I'm seeing it. Theologically speaking, or the theological sense.
That's THEOL. This theology. All right, this is PL, which I'm pretty sure is plural. This is true for sure. All right, yeah, plural and right. Plural short for Westminster standards. The Westminster Assembly synonym standard criterion. A standard is an accepted or established rule or model. Criterion adds to standard the implication of a test, as, quote, the French have set up purity or a standard of their language, and a masculine vigor is that of ours, end quote. Dryden, quote, Wordsworth was wholly void of that shaping imagination which is the highest criterion of a poet. Lowell, see flag, confer pattern, standard, adjective, 1, being affording or according with a standard for comparison and judgment as standard time, standard weights, and measures standards, right? Interesting. It goes right here from 1 to 20. Not sure how that happened. But we already read that forestry and all of that. Okay, right here. That's why. Gotcha. 1, being afforded according with the standard for comparison to judgment as standard time, standard weights. All right, we read that, right? The term is officially applied to many manufactured or prepared articles legally required to conform to specified conditions as to proportions of material as standard cocoa, ginger, glucose, meats, etc. Hence, having a recognized and permanent value as standard works in history, standard authors. 3, usable as a standard of measurements or comparison. 4, in horticulture of the form of a standard, since 21A, not trained to a wall or support, as standard fruit trees. 5, land thoroughly established by usage in the speech of the educated and in literary works, and widely recognized as correct and authoritative, as standard English speech, standard British and German. Isn't it standard English grammar to capitalize proper nouns? Not the whole thing, not the whole thing, or and not the not all lowercase.
Correct.
And then this is the last thing we have here for standard. The so-called standard language is not a fixed and infallible standard, but it itself constantly changing with the course of time and is different in the different places where it is spoken. E.S. Sheldon. Standard, verb transitive, to determine the fineness of as gold, silver, etc. Then we have words such as standard atmosphere, standard bearer, standard blah, 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 blah. And then we have some flags that I just want to briefly show that I guess we can look at in hey, you know what's interesting right here? They got look at this one.
Post Office Department.
Yep, that don't say postal.
General.
I don't say postal service.
Definitely doesn't, man. Intel Versante, that gives me an idea.
These
that
are
gives
the
me a really good idea, actually.
So-called official flags of the United States. That's why I say that so-called flag banner that they're using right now, if it ain't this one, that's a war banner that they got with the 52 stars or whatever.
And watch, you'll see one of the definitions, one of the senses or whatever within Bouvier's is going to talk about 20 stars instead of 13. It's obviously going to speak about when 7 other jurisdictions were seemingly added on to that particular Star-Spangled Banner. However, I think that the one with the 13 stars is technically the only one that is the Amity and Commerce Banner, honestly. Yeah, I think that's it. See, look what year it is. Look what year it is.
And that shit says National Ensign too.
That's now what's that Bunker Hill one above it? I guarantee you it's not going to be. See how it almost looks like our continental flag that's red with the white canton in the cedar tree, not the red cross. It would just be that white canton with the cedar tree without the red cross, and that red would actually be on the blue, which is the continental flag. Look at that. 2 years before the Amity and Commerce Banner. So when people say, oh, sometimes they call the continental flag the Bunker Hill flag, I don't know about that one.
Bunker Hill flag right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Not the same.
Yeah, the continental flag came 2 years before the Amity and Commerce Banner, the Star-Spangled Banner. So remember, before George Washington, there was a Continental Congress.
Look at this one. It's like this one. This one. They put this one right here. That's like when they under occupation type shit on. Don't tread on me.
Or they're a little more free. But however, that cross that most people call the Confederate flag, that's the Galactic Cross. That's really looking at how where does where does the path of the sun and how we project the planets being along the path of the sun, where is that nodal point where it crosses the Milky Way, what seems to be the Milky Way? So that's the galactic cross. It's funny because that center star has its top point downward. I know, no, but they're all going sideways, so they're all pointing down. That's the point I'm making.
It should be facing up because all of the other ones are facing up.
You see what I'm saying? Well, really, it's all in perspective, because if you just use that center one as your point of reference, all of them have the point going in the same direction as that one. All of them.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So it's like, do you turn your head to the left, or do you turn it to the right a little bit to see? Or
does that mean they're all pointing down?
That's what I'm saying. And it's how many stars? I counted 13.
13, yeah. And this is like the blue background is like the sky.
Basically, so this is showing like the stars being viewed while there's the fall of man. Because when the star has its point downward and 2 points up, that's the fall. That's fallen man. Perfected man is when the stars are 1 point up, 2 points down. So that's still the galactic cross. However, I think for me, according to my studies thus far, it's called the Confederate battle flag when it's not on a white background as the continental flag. You see what I'm saying? So there's a battle.
Do you see what I'm saying?
And then people
like the higher and the lower.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, guess what that means? That means all involved with the battle have fallen. And there are those of us who are not fallen at all. We're not Denzel Washington and some spirit that's passing through people talking about time is on our side. Like that's not what's happening.
You're not Negroes, black, colors, nor Ethiopians.
Right. It's Abyssinia. It's not Ethiopia. So stop it. All right. Interesting. Do they have Morocco in here?
Oh, of course. I think that's the next page. Look at this one.
The good being.
They put Germany's national flags.
Yeah, I just think that whole thing is maybe a little no, it's just turned on its side 45 degrees. But swastika is the good being.
Mm-hmm.
So people are now associated with something horrible. Looky, Astro Cookie. There we go, yo. There we go. And Morocco, for you beings that are competent, Morocco is the entire planet, guys. The sun never sets on the Moorish Empire, on the Al-Moroccan Empire. It never sets. You know what I mean? And all this, well, we're carving out this part of land here, and this is the boundaries of the land that we carved out in our imagination, and that's what this flag means. Look, guys. If the continental flag, think about it. Can you go back to the continental flag when I speak on this one? Because now we can see all three flags. There it goes. Continental flag, right? This is what I want people to really comprehend. There's no such thing as separated lands. All the land is connected. Just because there are oceans, there's water filling up these large valleys or large furrows, doesn't mean that the earth isn't connected. That means we're here on what we call continents, which is one really large plateau with mountains and other smaller furrows called rivers and lakes. There's no such thing as it's also, over there in Alkebalan is different from, no. It's the oceans is just filling up a really deep valley.
Even the area of the fictitious borders of a so-called state of the United States, within that area, there could be like how many different regions that have different weather patterns? You know what I'm saying? They could have a desert in one area and a forest in another. You know what I mean? All within proximity of, you know, the boundaries, the fictitious boundaries of the so-called state. So, yeah, the planet has a lot of different type of climates. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
You can't say it's all flat.
Correct. And that continental, yeah, because trees aren't flat either. The continent. I try not to laugh at myself when I said that.
If you turn your head sideways, it's kind of flat. No.
The continental flag, however, you know, I think that speaks volumes to the fact, like, you know, it's one tree, one family tree. We're all connected. Seriously. And once we really comprehend that and stop making, see, it's funny because those things that are what we call being masterful in nature are really so simple. It's just that the social engineering has been put on the people so heavy that it's like, ugh. You know what I mean? However, it is what it is, bro. Man, I think when you finish your presentation, we're gonna part 3 this with my portion next Sunday, bro. That's where I'm at with this, because this is excellent. I want them to sit on this one for real, for a minute and view and really see what this is. Go ahead, bro. I yield.
It looks like they got United States wind and weather flags, right, so to speak. They got the clear, fair rain or snow, local rain or snow, westerly winds, easterly winds, temperature signal, cold winds, storms, right? Flags of the International Code of Signals. When used as the quote-unquote code flag to be hoisted under the ensign, when used as the quote-unquote answering pennant to be hoisted at the masthead where it can best be seen. State flags of the United States. Alabama looks like that
that Confederate flag. That Confederate battle flag. Let me see that.
Right, except for it's backwards or whatever, and this is white now. This is red now. Arizona.
Looking very almost kind of Japanese, almost a little sort of with the idea. But you know, most people like, well, Japan is just a white flag with a red dot in the middle. Okay, cool, whatever. I was speaking about the sun, you know. Anyway, go ahead. I yield.
Arkansas. Wow, their shit says Republic on it. They still call it a democracy, I bet.
That's because the people are not allowing themselves to be honest.
Right. If shit, who knows, in 2023, they probably changed that shit to democracy. It probably says California democracy right now.
Wow. Horrible.
Colorado, right? Damn, it looks like a football team logo or some shit. Connecticut, Delaware, December 7th, 1787. Something like that. Yeah, wow. I probably need to get some better, clearer pictures. My apologies on the quality, but
you still did excellent.
Florida,
Moor is presenting this.
Georgia, Idaho.
Who the hell? Let me stop. I'm jumping.
Illinois. Interesting.
Kind
of looks like Mexico's. Indiana. Right? Ain't that like a motion picture logo now?
Almost look like very Columbia. Like, how many stars are there?
Columbia Records. We got 1, 2,
9,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on the outside. Or much?
5 on the end, 6 on the inside.
5, 6.
Intel Asante.
Iowa. Kansas. Kentucky. Michigan. Got 2 horses and an eagle. Massachusetts. It's like a traveler or something. He's following the star.
Wow. Well, look at that.
All right.
And that star is technically in the what? If above him was south.
East, correct.
Exactly.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's true, right? Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Islam. The only so-called state flag that looks like that.
Yeah, that's very unique, right? Interesting.
Because it's dealing with two houses, so to speak, according to their barony.
Maine.
Interesting. Very pentagonal above that tree.
Oh, looky, Mississippi.
Uh-huh.
Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New York. That's where Jesus is at.
You're hilarious.
Yo.
Jesus Bruce Lee Christ.
The home of Jesus Bruce Lee Christ. No, I'm just kidding. New
Excelsior.
Amsterdam, right? New Mexico.
It says Excelsior at the bottom, but it's all good. Go ahead, bro. Do you think?
Excelsior. That's what is that Latin? New Mexico looks like some type of sun. This one is some coats of arms for New Jersey, right? The shield, horse and stuff.
Right, and it has purple in it.
Yeah, the purple shield. Right, purple shield.
I think that's interesting.
The Royal Esquire looking at us. No. New Hampshire.
It's very purple too, because it's not looking like a faded blue next to it.
Yeah, no. I mean? This one's definitely more blue than it. This is Nevada. Yeah, I just had Battleborn. Another battle situation. North Carolina, North Dakota. All right. Ohio.
Looks very like what they call Puerto Rico.
Looks like they pinched it in the middle and cut off some of the they were running low on fabric. Oklahoma, Oregon. State of Oregon almost looks like a police badge.
Yeah, and that Ohio flag has 9 and 7 stars. I think that's interesting.
And 9, 4, like 8, 2, 2.
Okay, so that's hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8. 3,
and that's interesting because the 9.
Okay, 8 and 9. Forgive me.
It's like crescent and sun.
Correct. That's why I'm like,
and the crescent is 9, right?
Exactly. That's why I'm like, whoa.
Very interesting.
And then it has the 7. That's why in the other 7 stars, I think would be like the moon and the 7 days of the week. So
remember, it's 8 because it's 2 and 2
degrees. 7 strong degrees. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The other 8 would be like moon. If the sun would be in with the crescent, but the crescent is not necessarily the moon itself. It's just these 9 stars or these 9 so-called planets. You know what I mean? Going around the sun. Indeed. But then there's just this one. It's just that's just kind of what spoke to my spirit. So it's just interesting. I yield those. Is that a dream catcher for Oklahoma? I yield.
It's not which one?
Oklahoma. It looks like a dream catcher.
Oh, kind of. Yeah, it does right here. These feathers and shit. With a certain plant hair tool. State of Oregon, right? Tennessee. It's like a bowling ball but with stars.
Interesting. Who got star-shaped fingers? Anyway, go ahead. I yield.
Right. South Dakota, the Sunshine State.
Interesting.
South Carolina, they got the palm tree with the crescent in the corner.
The palmetto tree.
Very Moorish.
Very.
This is very Moorish as well. The anchor with the stars.
13 stars also.
Jeez. All right. Then we got, Shaka Maxon. Right? The horses. All right, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington. I got Washington on a Washington flag.
That flag's green, actually. I think it's just interesting to see purple and green, where most things are like red, blue, white.
Right. They got the buffalo here for Wyoming, but
Interesting.
they put the stamp on them.
They branded the bison.
They let you know that the bison naturalized.
Wow. Wow.
He's a naturalized bison. He's domesticated. Wow. Wisconsin, right? Kind of looks like a lot of these other flags. Virginia too. And then I think we have lastly West Virginia. And then you know, I guess some more flags and some arms here of the British Empire. Right? Oh wow, Bahamas, Barbados. Oh yeah. This is just all part of the British Empire, right? Canada. Look at that.
Interesting. Interesting.
Hong Kong.
It's like a lot of brown bodies in those things. A lot of copper toned bodies there.
I agree.
Is that a turban on their heads? Looks like some turbinage going on there.
Definitely don't look like a funny, like a odd shaped head. It definitely looks like a headdress.
Yeah, for sure.
What else we have? That's definitely a fez.
Yeah,
that's a fez too. That's a fez for sure. In jewels.
Yeah.
What else? Look, that's another fez right there.
Yeah.
Elephants. Come on, this is all Moorish. Look at this.
Yeah, that's definitely Moorish. The elephant is our dog.
Castles.
Gibraltar. Wow.
Castle. Yeah, that's definitely Moorish right there.
Seriously.
So, I mean, is this the Moorish Empire or the British Empire? I'm just trying to be clear because look at this.
Interesting.
Oh, you're Nigerian, huh? You sure? Sure, you're just not a Moor?
Wowzers.
Are you sure you're not just a Moor?
Islam.
Yo, this is crazy, bro. It's not crazy.
Beautiful eyes.
It's history, man. What else we got here before we yielded the floor? There goes the non naturalized bison.
Wow. Yeah.
The Manitoba.
Yeah, but he's under the cross though. The cross is
he's under that dogma. He's under spells.
So I was like, he's under the cross.
Alberta, Quebec, Ontario.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, man. House flags and steamship lines.
Interesting.
Look, this one looks Moorish right here for sure. Leyland line.
Wow.
Yep. United States line. Ford line.
Wow.
That's about it. So, yeah, guys, quick recap. Start off with the Oxford. Went into flag and standard. Right, get yourself an unabridged dictionary. It doesn't have to be this kind. Just get one because, as you can see, like all these flags and stuff is in the unabridged dictionary, and that's actually in the beginning of the book, not where flag is at. I actually went to the beginning of the book to get the reference picture, and I was like, oh, I forgot about all these flags here.
It's long.
It's long.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I just had to stretch my legs, bro. Look, my portion, I'll keep the same. Sorry, Buffy. Step on your tail. I'll keep the, the same, background since we're still going to be doing part 3 for leaving the European here long enough to teach you government. And what's going to occur, I'm going to share my portion of what I have for Bouvier's, as well as some etymology and some other things that I've looked up also for next Sunday. And we're going to really have a ball with that. However, guys, I want you to really just, take note of what was spoken about today and why, I'm just going to say for myself, personally, I really think that what was presented this evening is good enough for you guys to go into some studies on flag and standard. When we come back with this portion next Sunday, we will be going into the etymology of vexillology, as well as some other things as far as John Bouvier when looking at flag and it being a standard for nationality, right? And we're just going to read what those things are there. However, I am going to yield to my beloved brother, whom I'm well pleased, Brother Hasan Bey, as I prepare myself to go and enjoy this delicious meal that my beloved Mother Mistress Consort has prepared. I yield. Islam.
I appreciate everybody. I was actually about to YouTube real quick. It's 8:08 over here.
Islam.
I just want to say Islam to everybody who showed up.
Islam.
And see.
Indeed. Oh, dang, I missed that, man. Okay, so James said something there. Malika's just coming in right at the end of it. That's hilarious. What's up, sis? Right? James says Islam, wholeness, and balanced vibrations. Indeed. Northern England, JM said. Right? Derek Glash Bay says, thanks. Brother Hasan, love and respect. I guess it was for the solar return shout out, right? Because I just checked the Facebook and I was like, okay. Brothers, what does it mean when they have the banner hanging vertical behind the speaker? You know what? To be very honest with you, it just, for me, as we see it in the book that we just saw how Brother R had it, I would just really just keep it very simple. Why would it be hanging that way when it clearly could hang it, the way as if it was flying high? I mean, for me, it's almost like someone like not wanting to be active in what it stands for. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever put since I've complete my background here, I moved my Moorish flag over here to my left. And it's like, okay, so I'm not about to set it where, because it's a 3x5, you know what I mean? Well, actually, 2x3, actually, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's 3x5. It's 3x5. And I'm not going to have the 5 going vertical and the 3 going horizontal. No, I'm going to have that 5 going horizontal and the 3 going vertical because it's upright. And I'm going to make sure it's upright. However, the thing that I think the problem is if we just use our basic mind when it comes to amity and commerce, and that being whichever way it is other than upright, I would say that whoever's representing that, it would just tell me that amity and commerce is not on the table. Because if amity was on the table with commerce, then it would be upright. That's just me just using just basic ways of thinking about it, to be completely honest with you. You know what I mean? That's how I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? So 7 says Islam. Jadon says Islam. There is land under sea. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. There's how when did the continents really separate? I'll go with never for 1,000, Alex. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with that. I say never. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to put a flag here in my thumb knuckle on my right hand and put another flag in my pinky toe on my left foot. Yeah, because they've separated by the tectonic shift of puberty. Stop it. Stop it. Right? Javon says, peace. Interesting. The Barbados flag is now blue and yellow with a black trident. Interessante. JM says Webster's 1911 dictionary is good too. Okay, got gratitude for that share there. And Malika says, hey there, brothers. Hey, Malika. What's good? Hey, you should probably I'm gonna send it to you early too, next time, Malika, when we go in on because like I said, I have my portion. My portion is actually ready. You know what I mean? I can actually show you guys my portion. You know, I just see what time is going on. And I told bro I wanted him to go in on his first anyway. You know what I mean? And we come back next cycle, you know, it is what it is. However, what I'm gonna do is interesting. And she's on
like seahorses.
Seahorses, yeah. I was about to say, it was like, look at that. look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Looky. Astro Cookie. Is that a two-headed seahorse? Okay, anyway. I'm just saying, I see one fin.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's one thing propelling them forward. You know what I mean? Like, Interessante.
If we got a fez and gold casing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Crown.
I know, right? So when we come back next cycle, we'll be in 1914 Bouvier's Law Dictionary and the Encyclopedia, third revision from Francis Rawl, volume 2, page 1242 within the second volume. However, the PDF page, I think, is 78, right? Page 78. And just very briefly, flag, a symbol of nationality carried by soldiers, ships, etc., and used in many places where such a symbol is necessary or proper. Nationality is determined by the flag when all other requisites are complied with. Look at that, right? So technically, if people are out here, this is why I keep, you know, our ancient Moroccan flag on me when it comes to the land conveyance writ, what some people falsely call a license plate. The land conveyance writ that I have is our standard also, is our Moroccan flag, right? Which is the American flag. All righty. So with that being said, the reason why is because, oh, you're using maritime law? Cool. Like I said, I'm the guy that is, and really most of us are, but not all of us, I'm with the shits. Oh, you're using that? Okay, well, look, I'm rocking with this. Oh, well, Morocco, the kingdom, because that wasn't established until 1956. The United States is much older than that, so you're under the jurisdiction of the United States. Actually, no, I'm talking about the Morocco that recognized the United States first. Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about. Well, if you just looky right here, right, at what can be termed the USA Secretary of Expatriation, right, there's a Morocco before 1956. Do you see that this says August 3rd, 1906? And it's mentioning that there are strictly speaking, no Moroccan laws relating to citizenship of Moorish subjects in Morocco. What Morocco are they talking about before 1956? The Morocco with the flag that I have here on my kirta, yeah, that's the Morocco that I'm referring to at all times.
Empire, which is mentioned.
There would be no United States without Morocco. What'd you say, bro?
Saying we're referring to the empire, which is mentioned in that second line on the next page.
There are, however, numerous treaties and conventions between the various Christian countries and the what?
Moorish Empire.
The what?
Moorish Empire.
I can't hear you. Say it a little louder.
Moorish Empire.
So what are we talking about here in 2023, except that we're ignorant as fuck when we say stupid shit out of our mouths, talking about the United States is before Morocco, the kingdom of Morocco. I didn't say kingdom, motherfucker. I'm not talking about some French protectorate.
Right.
I'm talking empire here. And the sun never sets on the Moorish Empire.
The present Moorish Empire.
The present, not the late. Present. So we're going to come back with that. Maybe we'll close out with this, but that's what I'm going to come back for with my presentation, just to give you guys a little preview, right? Let's go to our YouTube channel, and I guess we'll leave out on this. Let's leave out on this.
I told my team we need to start a strategic dialogue with Morocco. No country has been a friend of the United States longer than Morocco. You were the first nation to recognize us back in 1777. But we're not satisfied with simply having a friendship that is long-standing. We want one that is dynamic, growing, looking toward the future. So let me highlight a few of the areas we should focus on today. On political reform.
And throughout history, Islam has demonstrated through words and deeds the possibilities of religious tolerance and racial equality. I also know that Islam has always been a part of America's story. The first nation to recognize my country was Morocco. In signing the Treaty of Tripoli in 1796, our second president, John Adams, wrote, "The United States has in itself no character of enmity against the laws, religion, or tranquility of Muslims." And when the first Muslim American was recently elected to Congress, he took the oath to defend our Constitution using the same Holy Quran that one of our founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, kept in his personal library.
I'll be moving in and proving it, so baby, what are we doing here? This is I'll be moving in and proving it, so baby, what are we doing this year? Yeah. You know I be cycling on Gabriel, steadily I be cycling way.
Islam, I yield the floor, bro. I look forward to next Sunday.
Yeah, indeed, bro. I hope everybody gets some good rest and recharge tonight so they can rise tomorrow and do what they got to do. Keep growing, keep getting stronger, keep smashing them. I got so much stuff I want to share with you guys as far as like civics goes, but I think these little these little classes right here are good for people so they can get a feel on how to study. Like literally we only looked at 2 words today, right? We looked at flag and standard, and then we just looked at some flags, but like cross-referencing, like, man, guys, you're not gonna become that fast and sharp, quick with it without doing this on daily, so just keep studying, keep growing, and keep listening to beings who know what's going on, know what to actually do without putting themselves back into slavery. Other than that, I yield. Islam, everybody. Peace and love.
And JM, excellent. Yeah, JM said that they actually have, I guess, a copy of the treaty between England and Morocco, right? Great Britain and Morocco, 1855. JM says perfect ending, Islam brothers. Jadon says the new year is upon us, and JM says 3, 2, 1, I'm here. Oh, 321, I'm here. Indeed. I think that's March 21st, right? And remember, guys, 22nd. March 22nd is Ramadan. From March 22nd to April 21st is Ramadan. So do yourself a favor and enjoy the science, not the dogma practice. Enjoy the science of just taking in maybe some water only. If you got to do like different herbal teas, cool, I get that, because I do my herbal teas still also, or whatever. Just wait to actually eat, once after the sun sets. Okay, enjoy this Ramadan. I do every year. Last year was great. Honestly, last year I had a ball with Ramadan, and you'll see the reward that comes from that. The universe will conspire in your favor for you being in harmony with nature. Not doing the Ramadan dogmatically, however, doing it scientifically in love for oneself and one's health. Okay. And I yield, bro. Islam.
Yeah, I've been Ramadaning it since March 1st. The other two,
Islam.
pretty much. I think 1 or 2 days I ate during the daytime. But Islam, everybody. We see you again tomorrow, right? For Intuition Mondays. Islam.
Yes, right. Me and Brother Sean tomorrow. Indeed, y'all. See you guys tomorrow or next day. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace and love.